giving back to my community.
Preparing for a strike, we hear from Fresno Unified teachers as we are approaching a possible teacher strike later this week.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alexander Balakian.
And I'm Jennifer Ortega. With a potential teacher strike on the horizon, the Fresno Unified School District and the Fresno Teachers Association met once again over the weekend to see if they can come to an agreement. Our Viviana Yvonne has the story.
Jen, I spoke with two Fresno Unified teachers today, and they tell me what they're asking for is long overdue. Fresno Unified teachers will head to the picket line if an agreement can't be reached by Wednesday, November 1st. The Fresno Unified School District and the Fresno Teachers Association continued discussions over the weekend, but so far, no agreement has been made. In a statement from the Teachers Union President, Manuel Bonilla, he says they anticipate being back at the negotiating table on Monday. One Roosevelt High School teacher says the potential strike revolves around more issues than the public may realize.
That people think that where we are now, unfortunately, with a possible strike, that it's only about salary and benefits, when really the bargaining team was made up of 100+ educators.
Those educators and several others voicing the need to bring innovative change, starting with reducing the amount of students in each classroom.
Making the class sizes smaller not only helps with managing, but also really trying to get that one-on-one time and support with students.
Rodriguez has been teaching for 13 years, spending the last 10 years in the Fresno Unified School District, and currently teaches ethnic and Chicano studies. Growing up, she always loved the classroom and knew one day she would become a teacher.
Being a public school teacher was, my pathway to giving back to my community.
But the passion Rodriguez has isn't always enough to overcome the everyday challenges she has been facing the last few years. She says the current work and caseload that teachers have is actually deterring new teachers from joining their district, pointing out another problem in the way things currently stand.
And I love this job, but I cannot do it alone. We need to build the capacity to attract and retain young teachers, especially teachers that look like our students and that come from this community.
And to anyone who may feel like this potential strike may hurt the students more than it will help them, Rodriguez extends an open invitation.
I think they should come to my classroom anytime, any day. They don't have to warn me. Come and see what is happening in our classrooms, and you tell me that that's good enough. We could be doing so much more for our kids.
Another big issue surrounds special education teachers like Julie Wong, who teaches at Fresno High School.
We're doing two jobs. We're case managing and we're teaching. So, in some districts, those are two separate jobs, which blew my mind when I found that out. I thought, wait, what?
Wong understands why some parents may think this isn't what's best for anyone, but has received more support than criticism.
I get that they're saying what they're saying, but they don't do what we do. If they did what we did, they would understand, oh no, this needs to happen now. And I can tell you most of my parents that I've talked to are like, please, thank you. We need to be listened to.
Fresno Unified says that they have addressed the teachers' concerns in offers made during these negotiations. Both sides have until Wednesday, November 1st to reach an agreement. Reporting in studio, Viviana Yvonne, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
The FBI, along with U.S. Marshals, on the hunt for a convicted felon who escaped from a prison in Atwater. They're searching for this man, 41-year-old Aguilar Romero. Prison staff say Romero was last seen around 8:20 last night from the minimum security satellite camp that is next to the prison. Romero was sentenced to 9 years in prison for conspiracy to distribute drugs and among other crimes. If you do see this man, you're asked to contact the U.S. Marshals office.
In the North Valley, dozens of people woke up bright and early this weekend to run a race at UC Merced. The Taloma 5K was held Saturday ahead of Native American Heritage Month. Organizers say indigenous tribes of California have strong traditions of distance running, so what better way to celebrate than a race on campus, which happens to be located on Native American land. Local tribes were invited to take part in the 5K race, and all the money raised from the event goes to support Native American initiatives on campus.
Plenty of tricks and treats for BMX bikers at Woodward Park today. Take a look.
Walmart Club members save on delivery, gas, plus so much more.
This is the annual Halloween Spooktacular BMX race. Several rounds of races featuring BMX riders pedaling for the finish line in their Halloween costumes. The winners of today's races receiving those much-needed bragging rights among their own friends. And organizers say they hope events like today encourage more people to get involved with the sport.
When it comes to BMX riding, you can start racing at 2 years old. They have strider bikes where you don't even have to pedal or ride. And that's usually where the start of it is. And BMX racing is usually a family event. You'll get dads like myself, wives, and kids of all ages racing.
And of course, safety priority #1 today. Competitors at all levels given safety tips to keep from getting hurt while they're behind the handles of their BMX bikes.
And it wasn't just bike riders getting into the Halloween spirit today. Some of our favorite furry friends were getting in on that action. The annual Tower District Halloween Pooch Parade was held today. Dog lovers from all over dressed up their furry friends in all kinds of costumes for the costume contest. Organizers say the event is held to show off all good dogs in Tower.
Dogs are welcome all the time in the Tower. It's one of those few communities where you can actually take your dog with you, stop someplace and have a meal. Today especially, we see a lot of animals take over the restaurants.
First prize of the costume contest got a trophy, but all the dogs involved were invited to take a victory lap and show off their Halloween spirit to the community.
Still ahead here at 11, it was a night of cool cars and Halloween fun.
Coming up, we'll show you a trunk or treat event with some of the Fresno's coolest lowriders.
And we have a chilly night ahead of us across the valley. 55 already in Fresno, 48 for Madera, 47 for Lemoore, and 49 right now in Porterville. We have cool temps on the way. It's going to feel like fall. I'll tell you more about that after the break. But for right now, your 4-day Buzz allergy forecast. Your top pollens are elm and juniper, and levels are in the low range. We'll be right back.
As the world watches violence in the Middle East, Ksee 24 was witness to another heartbreaking tragedy. We traveled to Armenia to report on a local medical mission, and a refugee crisis unfolded before our eyes.
Said, I'm 80. Where I'm going now? What you can tell a person like that?
100,000 refugees pour into the country as Valley doctors work. The Valley's Armenia humanitarian crisis, November 7th on Ksee 24.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $339 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
At California Turf and Landscaping, we know the picture of your yard says 1,000 words. Our team has years of experience in design and installation of synthetic grass, drought-tolerant landscaping, irrigation, hardscape, and all things for outdoor living. California Turf and Landscaping takes water conservation to a new level, mixing beauty and functionality. We work with you to create your vision.
California Turf and Landscaping, commercial and residential.
The complete package for all your landscaping needs.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspirin arthritis.
Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods.
Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin. It's frightening how much fun you'll have at Ghost Golf. Book your scary good party today. You'll love the 18-hole indoor haunted graveyard course, and you'll get free plays at the Mummy Shooting Gallery, arcades, and air hockey. Family-friendly Ghost Golf. Good times will haunt you.
I come from a very small family. I'm an only child. Mom and dad are only about 2 hours away in Sacramento. Some of my favorite activities to do here in the Central Valley is shopping. I'm usually at River Park Mall or even Fig Garden. In my career of TV, I've always been very community-based. News is the everyday people doing the everyday things. One thing you'll get from Ksee 24 Sunrise, we're gonna always put our best foot forward to deliver you the most updated breaking news and even local stories just happening in your backyard.
Good evening. evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Catherine Phillips. Today we had a beautiful fall day and we have more of that to come. We have temperatures in the mid-70s through the rest of the week, so it really is finally feeling like fall here in the Central Valley. Slightly below average for today. However, we will start to warm up throughout the week, not by a lot, just by a little, and lots of sunshine is on the way. Today's high temperature is only 71 degrees. Average for this time of year, 73 degrees, so below average, but not by much. Tomorrow, sunrise 7:20 in the morning, sunset 6:04 in the evening. Across the valley, temperatures in the 50s and 40s. 55 for Fresno, 48 for Madera, 51 for Merced, and already in Lemoore, 47 degrees, and it's only going to get cooler as the night progresses. About the same for most of us, depending on where we were here to now. 24 hours ago, 5-degree difference in Merced, 5-degree difference in the opposite way in Hanford. So kind of a mixed bag along the valley. For the rest of the night, temperatures really will cool down. By midnight or so, we're still in the 50s, but 3 a.m. we're in the 40s. And if you wake up early between 5 to 7 in the morning, you're waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Give it a few more hours. By 11 in the morning, 62 degrees for your high temperature. Then at that point, we will start to get a little bit more warm into the 70s. Going to still be cool for the next few days. Going to start to warm up as the days ahead of us continue. Futurecast radar showing some clouds by the time we get to Tuesday around lunchtime. Not much. We're going to stay clear across the valley floor with lots of sunshine for the days ahead of us. This is the look from our valley camera from the Eagle Mountain Casino. This right here, Tulare Outlets. Beautiful view, clear skies, not too much wind. You can see by the flag, not flowing that much over there. So gorgeous night, pretty calm out there. Our Lee's Plumbing, Heating, and Solar forecast looking good. You can see when we do start to get those clouds. Solar electricity generation dips just a little bit, looking good out there for the most part. Air quality in the moderate range. However, Tulare County looking out with good air quality for tomorrow. So not bad across the valley. Tonight, temperatures in the 30s for most of us. However, Fresno, Clovis area, a little bit warmer into the 40s, mid-40s. Spots like Madera, 35, Chowchilla, 38, Mariposa, 38 degrees. Look at that. Yosemite Valley, 33 degrees for your overnight low. For highs for tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today for most of us. However, not by much. 72 for Fresno, 75 for Selma, 73 for spots like Visalia and Tulare, Porterville, 74 degrees, and still cool up in the mountains. Sequoia National Park, 56 degrees for your high temperature for tomorrow. Fast forward a little bit to Halloween night for trick-or-treating. Temperatures are looking chilly. By 5 o'clock, we're still in the 70s. The sun sets around 6, so then we'll drop into the 60s. By 9 p.m., you should be wrapped up by then with little kids. 59 degrees, you're going to party, something like that fun. 55 degrees by 11 o'clock. So cool out there. Definitely wear a jacket with your costume. I know no kids like to do that. For the rest of the week, temperatures do slightly warm up. Wednesday, 76, Thursday, 76, and then 75 for the rest of the week. Overnight lows in the 40s and then 50s. And that is a look at your 7-day forecast.
All right, Catherine, thank you. Time to check in now with Scott Bemis.
Scott, what's coming up in sports?
Well, a couple NFL stars with Valley ties face off in L.A., and Derek Carr is a big day for the Saints. Plus, we'll look back at the Bulldogs' exciting win last night over UNLV, a win that was keyed by some clutch plays from their defense. Sports Central is next.
Your health matters to you and to Ksee 24. Every month, I'll remind you to call your buddy for life-saving self-exams. Go to yourcentralvalley.com and download the BuddyCheck 24 app today. Together, you and BuddyCheck 24 will continue to save lives.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Jets Plus.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. I'm here to remind you that if you've been injured in an accident that was not your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Spokesman Tom Mustin is with us in the Help Center. So, Tom, tell the viewers at home why they should call in.
Well, Gina, they should call because we have live agents available for you right now. If someone's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now and find out how much your case is potentially worth.
For more than a century, people have been getting in a Ford vehicle and getting out there, strengthening our communities. We believe what you do with your Ford vehicle is what makes it a Ford. Ford assembles more vehicles in America than any other manufacturer because we're all in on America.
Get a 2023 Ford Explorer with 2.9% APR plus 500 retail trade assist cash only at your California Ford dealer.
California is an energy island. That's because with no pipelines to bring in oil, if we aren't producing what we need locally, it has to be imported, mostly from overseas. And experts warn policies to shut down our local oil production before we have enough alternative energies in place would force our state to import much of the oil we still need from volatile foreign countries, risking our access to reliable energy while increasing prices here at home. Learn more.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. If you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much your case is potentially worth. So, Tom, tell the viewers watching at home who should call in right now.
Well, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault should give us a call right now. We have live agents available to answer any questions you have. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. You heard it, folks. Call now.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
For him to even stick around even after he's done and still be involved in the team, he really loves this place, and you can see that. And a lot of times when coaches talk, guys can tell if they're fake or if they're just kind of just blowing smoke. We never felt that with him. He was always very genuine about his love for Fresno and his love for the school.
That was David Carr Saturday night at the Bulldog game. He was in attendance, of course, to help honor the man who recruited him to the Bulldogs, Pat Hill, as Hill went into the program's Ring of Honor. You know, David was Pat Hill's first recruit at Fresno State when Hill took over the Bulldog program in 1997. And, of course, Hill would also recruit younger brother Derek to the Dogs a little over a decade later. Little bro's still playing football at a pretty high level, and he showed that again on Sunday. Derek Saints visiting the Colts. Big game for New Orleans here, who entered at only 3-4 on the season. After falling behind 7-0, Carr hits Alvin Kamara on a little slant route for the score. Carr said he tried to be a little less emotional this week after he was seen getting frustrated in last week's loss to the Jags. He hits Rashid Shaheed here for the 58-yard score. Carr goes 19-27 for 310 with those two scores. He was very good. The Saints get a big win, 38-27.
I was so proud of our guys. It was not perfect, but it was better. And as long as we can keep getting better towards the end of the season, we'll be excited about what we can do. But to get a win and get off that losing streak feels good.
He wasn't the only ex-Bulldog who had a good day Sunday. In Texas, Deron Bland had this 30-yard pick six at the end of the first quarter as the Cowboys blew out the Rams. Bland was also Dallas's leading tackler. It was his third pick six this season. Sunday Night Football featured a couple Central Valley products. Central High alum Jalen Johnson at corner for the Bears. Hoover alum Eric Kendricks at middle linebacker for the Chargers. Johnson gave up a touchdown early, but also broke up this pass here. He also had 3 tackles. Kendricks, meantime, breaks up this pass in the third. Also adds a team-leading 10 tackles. The Chargers get the win, 30-13. Back to the Bulldogs, and in addition to honoring Pat Hill Saturday night, the Dogs kept themselves right in the mix of the conference race by overcoming a 10-point halftime deficit in a 31-24 win over UNLV. The Bulldog defense was huge in the second half. The unit forced a couple third-quarter Rebel turnovers to help spark the comeback, and a Lavelle Bailey interception in the final seconds ultimately clinched the win.
Our defense has done that all year, you know, and they're very stingy down there. You know, stopping them down there was great, and then them getting back down there again, and here it comes number 6 again.
Just trying to make the play. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to go get the play. Let the play come to you. That's kind of been my mindset going into this season. Last season, I didn't have any turnovers, so that was a big emphasis.
After his game-sealing pick versus the Rebels, Bailey now has 3 late defensive plays this season that have essentially clinched 3 different Bulldog wins this year. Finally, to that video for the sports weekend, a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' best.
For the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Colorado State bench. Will the audience please refrain from throwing snowballs?
Oh, it's all fun and games, right? Until you get a penalty for throwing snowballs. The Colorado State fans cost the Rams a 15-yard penalty in the third quarter Saturday against Air Force, which, yes, not only costs them 15 yards, but also gets them a coveted spot in Bemis's Best. Maybe an infamous spot in Bemis's Best. By the way, Air Force won that game. They're now 8-0. At number 17 in both polls, they remain the only ranked Mountain West team. Fresno State would be ranked 28th and 29th if those two polls were extended out. The news continues after the break.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Whole House Fan Company Central Valley.
I just want to say that I watch you a lot, and I'm grateful that you're there.
This is why we are lucky to have Chris Cuomo there in the field.
News Nation, we want to serve your interests. We want to give it to you straight. We're going to go to the situations that matter.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for letting me tell my story.
You add so much value to this job and this position. I've watched you more now than ever before. News Nation is very, very lucky to have you.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience. And the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. More current eligible GMC owners get $8,000 total value on 2023 2.7-liter turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty elevation models.
Valley Animal Center offers a holistic approach to animal companionship. Our no-kill shelter for dogs and cats also offers a membership-based dog park and cat club, low-cost clinic and surgery annex that welcomes walk-in vaccinations, and a new affordable dog training program. Help Valley Animal Center continue to unite homeless dogs and cats with loving people. We provide these great services to the Central Valley through your tax-deductible gifts made at our location by phone or online at valleyanimal.org. Donate today.
Grab the keys to a stylish and fuel-efficient new Toyota. Choose from the most reliable brand on the road and go the distance with more peace of mind and better fuel economy. Right now, get $750 cash back when you finance with Toyota on the sleek Camry, or lease one for as low as $339 a month.
Grab the keys, let's go.
Toyota, let's go places.
This is Ksee 24 News at 11.
It was cool cars and sweet candy tonight in downtown Fresno. A lowrider trunk or treat event was held tonight to get into the Halloween spirit. All kinds of lowrider cars from all over town turned out just outside the Warner Theater along Fulton Street this evening for all kinds of Halloween goodies, music, and family fun. And one family came out to celebrate a very important Halloween milestone.
It's her first time having her first Halloween, so just decided to take her out here so she could get some like candy and meet everybody.
Some trunk or treaters say they enjoy turning out to events like this because it's a safe way to celebrate the holiday.
And the Halloween festivities also taking center stage at the annual costume party at the North Fresno Church. Take a look here as the annual Halloween Carnival event, allowing families to come out dressed up in their costumes and do some trick-or-treating. There were candy booths set up all around the church's parking lot. And of course, there are also the games and the food to go along with it. Organizers say it's just a great event for families to come on out and share in the spooky festivities with everyone.
I think events like these are super important for the community to get people together, especially after the last few years of isolation and all of that. To be in a parking lot full of people, meet people, have some fun together. It's good for the city. It's good for us as individuals. It's good for the soul.
And organizers say they had such a good turnout, they were just a bit worried they would run out of candy. They didn't. The event wrapped up around 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Still ahead on Ksee 24 News at 11, using science to get into the Halloween spirit.
More Halloween fun as we have a look at the community event that allows some people to get creative with their jack-o'-lanterns. Coming up.
Clausen Motorsports honors our men and women of service. Join our community partners as we invite all riders to bring their friends and family to Clausen Motorsports' 5th Annual Combat Veterans Motorcycle Run, Saturday, November 4th.
With our Valley heat, you need a whole house fan from the Whole House Fan Company Central Valley. A whole house fan brings instant comfort throughout your home, improves indoor air quality, eliminates odors, extends the life of your AC system, and can drastically slash your AC bill. Right now, the first 25 installs get up to $600 off select models. Why suffer the Valley heat when you can call the most experienced professionals and installer at Whole House Fan Company Central Valley, making home cool and comfortable since 1982.
Tony, your parents know you're over here again, right?
Yep.
Great.
Tony lives next door. See, his parents decided to just use their phone for home internet. So when everyone is on, Tony's over here streaming and drinking all my soda.
My dog.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
We're going to bed, Tony.
Good night. I'll lock up if I leave.
Get real home internet on the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity.
Why do we drive ecological cars?
For them. For their future.
But that means they've got to be safe.
Reliable.
With range that won't leave you halfway to the promised land.
And fuel efficiency that won't rob their college fund.
Honda Hybrids.
Electrified driving you can count on.
Ask anyone who owns a Honda.
See your Central Valley Honda dealer for a great deal on the hybrid you can trust.
Ksee 24 and the Valley Cam Network. Keep an eye on the Central Valley with live, unparalleled views of your community. Witness what's unfolding around the Valley. Stay informed, stay connected with the Valley Cam Network, powered by Eagle Mountain Casino.
Next week on Sunrise, we'll be following the Fresno Unified Teacher Strike with the latest on negotiations and updates on if they will strike.
Right now, there's still a lot of uncertainty, but we're going to do our best to bring you those answers as they become available.
Tune in for the latest on Sunrise.
Mad Science meets Halloween fun at Tower District's Route Access today for the 3rd annual pumpkin hacking event. Route Access members and their families turned out to decorate pumpkins using all kinds of interesting tools like lasers and 3D printed accessories. The event organizer says it's just a way to allow people to be creative using some out of the ordinary tools.
It's really all about, self-expression and, making something that you think is cool that you want to have on your porch for Halloween.
And Route Access serves the community by allowing members access all kinds of technology for personal projects. How cool.
It is. All right, that's going to do it for us as we get ready for Halloween. Have a good night.
Good night.
Here's an important message from Innovative Medical Center. Have you been involved in a serious car accident? You need to give us a call today. We practice responsible pain management, which means we help people without the use of medications and surgery.
I can run, I can jump, I am way more limber, I can bend down and touch my toes. All this after breaking my back felt like a miracle to me.
At Innovative Medical